Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nose for Gamer. Today I have the Jakks Pacific Atari Paddle plug and play. This came in two varieties, a single player edition, which would look just like this one, and a two-player edition, which is what this one is. You can see this secondary smaller paddle here. This one's pretty lightweight. This one's a lot bulkier and heavier. It runs on 4 AA batteries kept in this compartment, has an on-off switch. Yep, it's working. You have the menu button and a little reset down in there, and it uses your standard RCA AV cables with the mono audio. So let's go ahead and take the Atari Paddle plug and play, plug it in my TV and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the games. The Atari Paddle Controller TV Games Plug and Play was made by Digital Eclipse for Jakks Pacific and carries a copyright year of 2004. I believe the system uses NES on a chip technology, which was common during this time. This means that the games were made to run on an NES, not a 2600, so some of the graphics and sounds might be off. On the Game Select screen, you can rotate through the 13 different titles, or see a credits screen. On each game, you can access a menu screen that allows you to rotate through the switches used on the 2600. And also see what different variation of game modes are available. Some games, however, are missing some of the original variations, but most variations are intact. The first game is Breakout. It's not my favorite paddle game by any means, but I can enjoy a game or two. Canyon Bomber is next. The paddle is only used for aiming your bombs in the later sea level variations. As I said in my review of the original Atari Flashback in episode 403, I'm not really a big fan of this game. Casino's the third game. While it features a poker game, I played this mostly for a solid game of blackjack, which may explain why blackjack isn't included on the system. The fourth game is Circus Atari. As some of you know, this is one of my favorite paddle games of all time, and it's still fun here even if they had to change some of the sounds. The fifth game is Demons to Diamonds. It's an okay game where you try to shoot the demons who are the same color as you, and then collect the diamonds they leave behind. The sixth game is Night Driver. I recall really liking this game on the 2600, but it's been a long time since I played it, and I had a very difficult time controlling my car. It could be a slight difference in the paddle on this plug and play, or some gaming rust, or a combination of both. It's probably time for me to pop the original in my 7800 pretty soon. The next game is Steeplechase. This was a Sears exclusive. You move the jumping meter on the right to change the power of your jump and press a button to do so, and timing is crucial. This is kind of a meh game for me. The eighth game is Street Racer. This boasts several single-player game options, but the computer doesn't really move when racing. Like a lot of games on this plug and play, this game is best played with multiple players. The ninth game is Super Breakout. Now this is more like it. I enjoyed this a lot more than regular Breakout. Actually, I would have been okay if they let the regular Breakout off and replaced it with backgammon, since Super Breakout is all I need from this franchise. The 10th game is Video Olympics. The only single player mode on here is for a standard game of Pong, which really isn't that special. This game was designed for multiple players. The next game is Warlords, and this game is fun, even when playing solo. The 12th game is the arcade version of Pong, which I found insanely hard and not really fun at all. And the final game is the arcade version of Warlords, which is a very nice addition and also very fun to play, just like its 2600 counterpart. Graphically speaking, I thought Digital Eclipse did a good job overall making these games look like their 2600 counterparts. The sound and music didn't suffer too bad either, although I did miss some of the Circus Atari sounds. Family friendly wise, my guess is that this plug and play would get an E for everyone rating if released today, although having a casino game with gambling on it could bump that up a little. At the time I researched on eBay, including shipping, used versions usually sold for $10 to $20, with the 2-player edition usually commanding more money than the single-player units. So what did I think of the Atari Paddle plug and play? This is a great plug and play system with a few drawbacks. Since it only contains Atari published games, it's lacking any third-party games like Kaboom. Also, its main paddle is a lot heavier and bulkier due to the battery compartment, and maybe it's just me, but it seemed like I had to turn a little bit more than I have to on real Atari paddles, although I was able to adjust to it for the most part. However, I think it's awesome to have a specialty controller packed with games for a plug and play, and it's jitter free. Not all the games are gems, and since I usually play solo, some of the games won't get a lot of attention from me, but it's great to play Circus Atari, Warlords, and Super Breakout on a proper paddle plug and play. And if you do have a second player to play along, there is a system with a second paddle, which is awesome. So where am I going to rank the Atari paddle plug and play? Somewhere in the top 10. I do like the Radica Space Invaders more at number 5, but I will put it over the Sega Genesis Play TV Legends Volume 2 at number 6. So out of the 27 plug and plays I've now ranked, the Atari paddle plug and play is turning into the 6th position. The Atari paddle plug and play is a fun and unique plug and play that retro fans should consider. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please click like and subscribe and follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter. I'm also a member of the Retro Junkies Network. I'd also like to thank all of my extraordinary Patreon supporters who voted for me to review this plug and play. Thank you all. If you'd like to support the show and gain access to exclusive content, you could do so by signing up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and paddle on.